Does this chick have anything else to say about decluttering? As a matter of fact, yes, I do. If you feel like you have a shopping problem, jars and totes and labels and things that come with other things, I can't do it. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
The end of the decluttering tunnel, a no-brainer. It's because it's just like, blah, sweaters. Feels nicer on lock. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katie. And today, yes, in fact, I am talking about more decluttering. Are you probably like, does this chick have anything else to say about decluttering? As a matter of fact, yes, I do. Because this is my recap for my year of simple. Every month this year, I'm doing a different challenge. So far I've done like a health and fitness challenge, a no-buy challenge, and a declutter challenge. I feel so good about everything that I was able to declutter. It's amazing. So the last three videos, with the exception of the last video was actually a haul, but the other three videos were massive declutter videos of my kitchen, my bathroom, which was mainly makeup storage, and then my closet, which was a huge clothing purge. If you saw, I got rid of like 3 huge bins plus some other stuff. Because I am recapping every month for my year of simple, I wanted to give you a recap of sort of how that process went overall, and then some final thoughts that I have about decluttering before we head on to my month of meditation. I keep going like this. This is not really what you do when you meditate, but it's what I and everyone else who doesn't meditate on the regular probably associates it with. Anyways, April is meditation month. We'll get into that in just a minute. Okay, so I kind of want to just give you some different tips and some different takeaways from the last month and my decluttering process. If you saw in February, I did my no-buy month. I will tell you that because I really wanted to get my shopping habits like on lock. I wanted to figure out my shopping habits, which is funny because yes, last week's video was a clothing haul, and I'm not gonna stop shopping. Like, I'm still someone who loves to add new things into their wardrobe all the time. I love new seasons, I love newness, and so I'm always gonna do that. But I think the key word is like mindfulness and being really mindful about what I bring into my home. So I did the no buy and then a declutter, and I will tell you right now that if you are someone who has like a shopping problem, and I don't know that I am not saying I have a shopping problem, although some of you might think I do. Definitely the decluttering, and this doesn't have to just be your closet, but definitely the decluttering process was way more effective in my retail brain than the no-buy. I mean, the no-buy month definitely made me more mindful of pressing pause on the feeling of wanting to buy something, but the decluttering was way more impactful for me when I've been shopping ever since. Because when I shop now, I'm like, do I have room for those shoes? Like, what shoes am I willing to get rid of? Because I want everything has a home and an exact space. Like, if you saw my new closet, my sweater area, I like reorganized the way that my sweaters are, and now my sweaters are in a very particular space within my closet, and they really fit exactly where they are. So if I want to bring something new in, it really kind of is a one in, one out rule, and I didn't really intentionally do that for a one in, one out rule, but that is sort of a result of what happened, and I'm glad about that because there are things that I've purchased since, and this is also like for my kitchen. Like, if I see a new casserole dish, it's like, do I have room in my cabinets for that new casserole dish? Like, it really makes me think about wanting to keep everything really clean and really tidy. So if everything has a little space where it lives, you're definitely less tempted to add clutter on top of it. So I really adopted the Marie Kondo way of cleaning up things with when you're decluttering a certain area, take everything out of that space. And there's a number of ways why that's actually very beneficial. And the first reason is that, well, you take everything out, you can really clean and wipe down, whether it's a drawer or a cabinet or a closet. I had a lot of dust bunnies in my closet. So it's nice that you can actually clean all of that out. But also in that process, you really kind of physically have to touch every single item. Sometimes you don't realize how much stuff you have in a cabinet or a drawer or a closet. So it's nice to physically take everything out, and therefore you have to really like physically hold each item and make a decision of yes or no. And if you saw my closet, when I went through, I took everything out and I initially like saved all of the things that I absolutely loved and I had no doubts about in my mind, but everything that was a maybe I took and I put off to the side. And then I tried on all of my maybes. space. And as a result of that, I got rid of so much more than I would have because I was just like, no, I don't even want to try these things on. And so there were so many things I was just like, I have way too many things. So I got rid of a lot in that process. So one thing that really helped me is decluttering the space first and then buying any necessary organizational totes or pieces or whatever that you need for the space. And in the past, I have always like looked online and you get like inspired and you see jars and totes and labels and things, and then you go and buy those things first, and then you're like, well, I don't really actually have space for that, or it just doesn't end up working out. So you end up bringing more clutter before you've decluttered, and it's sort of like backwards. And also, like when I was doing my closet, by taking everything out of the space and like decluttering it all first, I realized like, oh my gosh, the top of my closet feels so top heavy and messy with sweaters that are always tumbling over, and it just feels claustrophobic. I don't even like to open up my doors because it's just like blah, sweaters are always just like spitting out at you. So I was able to realize that I love just a clean slate up there. Having nice totes all the way across the top is what keeps it really clean and organized. And within all of those totes, I have a bunch of like messy things. I wouldn't have realized that if I didn't take everything out first and realize that I was able to get my sweaters down to a certain amount where I could store them below. So really decluttering the space first and then organizing it based on whatever you have is way more helpful. And then you're able to really go into a store with like a post-it of exact dimensions and sizes and like what you need for a particular space. And so you're really buying it specifically for a certain area, and it just makes it like a no-brainer. So the other side to that too is to rethink your storage a little bit. The spice storage is so pretty, and the fact that it's really pretty, I know that that sounds silly, but the fact that it's really pretty and I love the way that it looks right now, I am not going to be tempted to add more stuff into that or clog that space up with other things. So sometimes the prettier and nicer it is, you're just more willing to keep it looking just like that. The other thing that I learned about doing this over the course of a month, since just the nature of what I'm doing for this year of Simple is that everything is done for a month, I really kind of like got on a roll with my decluttering, because in the past, I normally will be like, I'm gonna do my closet. And so you do it, and it might take a couple of days or just a day, and then you're done. And then like months later, I'll do my kitchen. I don't normally like declutter a ton of areas like back to back, but that's what I did this time. And you get on a roll with really like keying into your intuition of like, I'm not gonna use that. So by the time I got to my closet, because it was the last thing I did, I was really like into getting rid of things. It actually becomes exciting to get rid of things because it's exciting to have more space to organize and make things look nice. The good thing too was that it was only a month, and so I did see like the end of the decluttering tunnel. If you can hear my kids, it's spring break. They're downstairs playing a game, and so they're like, bah, every once in a while. But it's nice because I could see the end of the decluttering tunnel. So it was only a month, and so that might seem like a really long time, but I mean, I was probably only decluttering for 5 or 6 days, and the rest of it was just organizing and getting things exactly so, or waiting for an Amazon purchase to come in the mail. So I didn't do it every single day. Even like going to the store, I was like, this is just the month that I'm going to be at Bed Bath & Beyond more than I've ever been in my life, and I'm cool with it because it's just the month. So it was really easy to just like, declutter a lot for 1 month and then be done for a while. Okay, there is a whole category of things that I got rid of called things that come with other things but you don't use. I have like a NutriBullet, and I love my NutriBullet, but the NutriBullet comes with like all these other components that I've never used. So it comes with like this piece right here where it clips on. I have never used that. I just use this and put a straw on it. So I don't need this. It's taking up extra space, but it also comes with these lids that you put, if you make a smoothie and you want to put it, in your fridge for later. Well, guess what? I've never done that. And I think we always make ourselves feel bad about throwing away this perfectly good piece when it's like, but it comes with it. You bought the part. Well, you know what? I bought the part for the actual like container and the fast blades that whip around that whip up my smoothie. That's what I bought this for, and I use this and I've loved it for years. Never used these. They're getting thrown out. So if my mom is watching this, she might be like, that is ridiculous.
No, this is how you end up with less things.
Also, I bought the NutriBullet on like QVC or HSN. I bought these other things on QVC or HSN as well, which are this casserole dish set, and it comes with like a bunch of different casserole dishes that fit into one another. Well, that casserole set came with, it's like a little wired thing that you can put it on, and there's like a trivet inside. Anyways, they're big and bulky and awkward. It's like a whole other area in the cabinet that takes up space. And I felt bad getting rid of it. But again, I was like, you have had this for how many years now? Never once have you used that. You are getting rid of it. And it freed up so much space, and so I didn't feel bad. Another thing that I want to touch on is sort of gifts that people have given to you. I think it's really hard for people to part with gifts. You just feel bad getting rid of it. And so my philosophy on that is sort of like, when somebody gave you the gift, like that was the purpose and the intention, like right there, was that they're giving it to you, and that was the gesture. Like the gift is the gesture in a way. And so if it's something that you don't use anymore, or if it doesn't suit your lifestyle or your needs, I don't think that the person giving you the gift would want you to have a burden of clutter or taking up space in your home. So that's just sort of the cycle of things sometimes, is that you're done with something or you don't use it anymore, it doesn't suit your lifestyle anymore, and you pass it on to somebody else. So I don't think that anybody would ever give you a gift with the intention of it like clogging up space in your home or in your mind if you don't really use it. So I definitely think that you just shouldn't feel bad about getting rid of gifts that people have given you that you don't use anymore. The final thing that I'll kind of say about declutter is, once you finally do get rid of the things, you won't remember what you even got rid of. So if you held a gun to my head and were like, you need to write down on a piece of paper every item of clothing you got rid of, I'd be like, I can't do it. I don't know. I don't even know what I got rid of in my kitchen, and I got rid of so much stuff. So once you get rid of it, you definitely won't miss it. You won't remember you even had it. So I guess my final thoughts on the decluttering process are that it's so interesting how much like clutter that you can't see takes up clutter that you can feel in your brain. So, getting rid of all of the stuff just feels so much better. Obviously, like every day I open my closet or I open up like my cabinet to get my makeup out, and I can see that there's a lot less stuff. It's easier for me to use my stuff. It's easier for me to get dressed in the morning, and it's way easier to like actually use the skincare and the makeup that I have now that I can access it really nicely. But also now when I'm standing in my kitchen, and like even when none of the doors or drawers are open, it feels physically different knowing that there's not a ton of stuff like in a mess behind closed doors. Like it just feels differently. It feels nicer. It's almost like I have a fancier kitchen and I did nothing to the exterior. I just changed a little bit of the interior. I'm so happy with how the month went. Hopefully you've seen all 3 videos. If not, I will certainly link them all below. Yeah, so that was Declutter Month, over, done. But now that we're into April, I've started my month of meditation, and it's actually the 4th of April right now. So I've already been meditating for 4 days. But my goal with this month, if you're following along with me, is that I am going to meditate every day, which is actually a reminder to myself because I've not meditated today, just to sort of like focus and become more centered and focused. And just this year of simple is about living a more mindful, purposeful life. Stay tuned for the end of this month when I give you my recap on meditation and how that went and what I learned. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in another video real soon. Bye.